Hey, 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 my beautiful people. Don't look at my crazy hair, but as y'all already know, my hair is matted in the back, and yeah, babe, I don't want to cut it. She wants to try to untangle it because she don't want me to go back to short hair. She wants my long hair. Today, that famous TikTok brush that's supposed to go through and untangle your hair without hurting is supposed to arrive. I'm going to test that out on my hair. Let's see how it works. Because my joint is matted. But anyways, that's not what I came to talk to y'all about. I had to call y'all, I had to be like, ring, ring, ring. What is up, my peoples? So I'm happy. No, I'm not gonna say I'm happy. I'm gonna say more of I'm proud of myself. So for 2 months, I think I've been avoiding filling out my mom's life insurance paperwork, and that's because I still haven't come to terms with. Are y'all fighting or playing? Y'all playing. Um, Sorry, I was looking at the cats, the stray cats. Um, so I hadn't filled out the paperwork, and it's for a lot of different reasons. So, like, one of them being the fact that I have this thing where I do out of sight, out of mind. Um, so you're not around. It's like out of sight, out of mind. You don't exist. You don't matter. Uh, you, I protect myself pretty much. So, of course, I know my mom's not here anymore. But I never went to her funeral. Never saw her obituary. Never saw her laid to rest. Never saw her in the casket. Never got to say my goodbyes. So it's like I'm still struggling to register that she's no longer here. And I'm trying to process my own feelings and emotions and thoughts because this is not how it was supposed to play out. This is not how it was going to play out in my head or how it was supposed to play out in my head. Like, it's not how it played out in my head when I first. I don't know how to explain this, yo. So when I went no contact, I was supposed to go no contact long enough for me to become mentally strong again and get back on my feet and put boundaries. Um, Boundaries that I used to have that were crossed over, that were boundaries that protected me, and they were no longer there. So I needed to replace my boundaries again so that I can be okay, not be suicidal and all that other stuff that I was dealing with horribly. So I thought I was gonna have enough time, and I know I've said this before plenty of times, and you guys don't probably care to hear about it if you're old on the channel. If you're new, it's something that you're hearing for the first time, and welcome, and thank you for being here. But because I didn't get my closure and I didn't get to not mend, but place my boundaries and at least start to communicate and things like that, like I felt like I shouldn't be benefiting from her death type of ordeal. Like it was kind of like I know she want the kids to have the house. Like she's always said that. Mm. Before I had kids, she's always said that she wanted me to have the house, the co-op. I always told her I didn't want the co-op because I don't like the rules and the regulations and the guidelines. So I always had told her I didn't want the co-op. Then when I had kids, she told me she wanted the co-op for the kids. So I was like, I will always told her okay, but due to how things transpired and what transpired and how we all were affected, the kids don't want uh, the co-op because of the bad memories. So my cousin, whose name is also on the deed, is supposed to be buying the co-op off of me. My mom's buying the co-op off in due time, and I want to put that money to the side for the kids so that I can buy them a stable place to live. So when I pass, they can have, their own. But I had on Friday gotten a phone call from the insurance company, and I had gotten a voicemail. I was in the middle of picking up the prescriptions when we did the Walgreens run. And sorry you guys, I know I seem really freaking distracted, and I am, because I'm still trying to process feelings and emotions when it comes to all this, and I'm not doing a good job. Like, I'm really not doing a good job of processing my feelings and my emotions when it comes to all this shit. But so they had asked me for the policy number, and I didn't think about needing that when I called them. I don't know why I didn't think about needing that when I called them. So I'm like trying to pull up the policy number from my cousin's text message, and I pull up one, and I'm giving the policy number, but then when I'm giving the policy number, I'm looking at the name of the insured, and it's my name. And I'm like, wait a minute, ma'am, I think I gave you the wrong policy. I said, I think I have a policy, and I think I just gave you my policy number. And then she was like, what's your name? And I'm like, Lynette Hernandez. And she was like, okay, yeah, this is your insurance policy. And I'm like, wait a minute, I got an insurance policy? She was like, yes. I'm like, well, okay, well, that's not what I called for. I'm like, I called for my mom's insurance policy. So I, opened the other one, and I give her that policy number. And, we're talking about that policy, and then she tells me what she's got to tell me. And then I'm like, well, can you answer questions about my policy, please, since we're done with my mom's? And she was like, oh, I got to transfer you over for that because I'm unable to answer those. I'm only able to assist you with the other type of policy, which was the deceased. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I got transferred over, and basically I couldn't get no information. So I don't know how much my mom's insurance policy is, and frankly, I never asked. I didn't ask. So I don't know what it is. I never asked. Plus, from my understanding, because the owner of the policy is my mom, until they receive the death certificate and the paperwork, I'm not able to find out any information. But I'm like, I never asked regardless. So it was like cool, because for some reason I just didn't feel right asking, because then I felt like I was caring about a dollar sign instead of my mom's life, which at this point I think I kind of would have just taken the opportunity to be able to do what I was planning on doing with my mom versus having her money. Granted, we could use the financial aspect because we need the help, but I wouldn't have wanted it this way. You know what I mean? Like, not this way. So he's like, yes, you do have a policy. I don't know for how much it is. And again, I was explaining, because I'm not the owner of the policy, I'm unable to find out how much the policy is for. But due to the fact that the owner is deceased and I am the one that's insured, I would have to mail in a letter along with a death certificate to request transfer of ownership from my mother to me. And then I would be able to put my daughter as a beneficiary so that she can split the policy amongst the three of them if anything happens to me. And that was like blessings to my ears, because for the past 5 to 6 years, or maybe a little bit more, I've been stressing about how am I going to get the kids something. Like, I need a life insurance. I need something to be able to lead the kids. Something like, I can't just leave them broke without anything. God forbid something happens to me, type of ordeal. So this like really blessed the daylight out of me, like really. And I, the first thing I did was hang up and look up to the sky and say, thank you, mommy, and thank you, God. Huh? No. But I was proud of myself for making the call, getting information, and not letting my anxiety get high. And then last night, I just was like, you know what? Yeah. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Another guest came and wanted to talk, so I had to cut it short. But, I can't wait till this brush comes so I can try to do something with this damn hair. But, I forgot to mention that when I was asking all the questions for, like, my policy, which I couldn't get basically, like, a lot of information on, I did find out that I can transfer ownership to myself, and like I said before, well, I did say all that, so why am I saying it again? I can put the kids as a beneficiary, my daughter as a beneficiary, because they have to be above 18, which I don't understand, because my mom put me as the beneficiary, but if I'm not mistaken, hi. If I'm not mistaken, she must have done an insurance policy when I was a kid. So I don't understand. I don't know. I'm just reaching out, but yeah. So that just took a weight off of me, because now it's like, okay, now I gotta build. Now I gotta find a place to live. Now I gotta put money to the side. Now I gotta plan. But I felt proud of myself. I'm going backwards to see if I don't scrape. Didn't work.
I got 3 minutes.
Before the dryer?
Yeah.
So don't you think you should just wait for the dryer then?
Okay.
Because what's the point of sparking it and then, you know what I mean? Shit, and then putting it out. So, yeah. That was something that I looked up to the sky, and I told my mama thank you, told God thank you for the blessing, because I was really worried about how I was going to get a life insurance, how was I going to afford it, like what are my kids going to do, and all those type of things. I've been thinking about this like the last 6 to 8 years, but mainly more the last 4 to 5 years. But no, that's lies, because about to be 6 on the 23rd of May. So I've been thinking about this for about 7 to 8 years, but mainly for the last 6 years. But last night I was proud of myself. I filled out the paperwork online. I was like, man, I don't know if I have an envelope. I don't know if I got a stamp. And I found myself like really stressing about it, and like getting like anxiety over it. And I was just like, oh my God, Lynette, what are you doing? But I think the anxiety was because when I finally opened the letter, it says that I needed to respond before May 17th, because they were going to put it into the state of Connecticut thing where they have to find the next kin and do all that, and you got to wait for yeah, okay. Well, I don't want all that to happen, but I think the anxiety was kind of like, can I afford, I don't have any money. Am I able to get an envelope? Do I have stamps? Can I buy stamps? I don't have money like that. Where can I get a stamp already on an envelope? Like, I was, literally like triggering my mind, and I forgot that in the paperwork I had read that as long as it was under $50,000, you can do it online. So I'm like, it has to be under $50,000, so I should be able to do it online. So I was like, let's try and see if it lets me do it. it let me do it, so I'm guessing it was under $50,000. Like, cause it let me fill it out online, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I completed it, put up the death certificate, and it said it takes 10 business days for them to get back to you, or for them to complete the process of completing the claim. When I had spoken to the representative on the phone, they said it takes 4 days from the time that they receive it. But since it's not being mailed, I guess it's different when it's electronic. I don't know. But then, in the process of talking to that other guest, I get a call. A 1-800 number call. And I answer the call. I'm being sued. Now, somebody tell me, how is this possible? So apparently, and I don't know how accurate this is because I don't remember who the loan was with. The loan might have been with GMC. I honestly do not remember. I had a Pontiac Sunfire with my oldest daughter's father, but it was under my name. And it had gotten repoed, plus he had pretty much destroyed the car. Hey. He had pretty much destroyed the car. So I allowed him to repo it because I wasn't gonna have the money to fix it and pay the car insurance and pay the car payments. This was from 2000 to 2004, and they're trying to sue me now to the courts. That was 20 years ago. How is it possible? I thought I was supposed to come off your credit after 7 and 10 years. I don't understand that. So when I picked up the phone, I was so confused. I was like, what GMC loan with who? Like, what? And how do they even know? And then they had the wrong address because she was like, did you receive Bob? I'm like, no. I never received anything. I'm like, I don't know nothing until this call. And she was like, oh, well, we mailed out whatever and so date for you to pick, da-da-da-da. Like, I don't even know what this is for. Now I gotta wait. And I'm like, I don't. When it rains, it pours. If it's not one thing, it's another one. And those are the things that mentally end up putting so much strain on my mental health. Like, I can't seem to catch a break. One good news brings bad good news. It sucks. It's like, why can't I just be great? You know what I mean? Why can't I just be great? It's always nice talking to you guys. I always feel better. But I had to just share. I was proud of myself. It may not be a big deal to you guys because y'all don't know the anxiety that I go through and the depression and how much I beat myself up and all that stuff. But to get past all of that and actually sit down and not only fill out the documents by hand, but then go and fill out the repetitive questions again online, which I struggle with repetitive questions. They trigger me. It was a big accomplishment for me, and I was really proud of myself, and I still am very proud of myself because I did it. Like, I didn't avoid it or continue to avoid it because I didn't feel mentally prepared or ready to handle the situation. And that is a win that I'm going to take because every little win counts, and every little win should make you feel better. Because it doesn't have to always be big wins. The little ones count. They will get you to the big ones. They will slowly get you there. My hair is a hot mess, y'all. I'm sorry. But they will slowly get you there. I hope you guys have a beautiful and blessed day. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, welcome, welcome to the family. Don't be shy. Introduce yourself. Don't be shy. Say hi. Say what's up. How you doing? We don't bite. Alright, be blessed, y'all. And don't forget to love yourselves.